Hi, I'm Dee Woods from Nova Lunchbreak. One of the biggest things to come out of Scotland in recent years is Biffy Clyro, the band that are now stripping themselves back this year for a very intimate gig at the Helix later in 2018. They're kicking off their MTV Unplugged tour here in Dublin with a very special show there. 1/3 of the band joined me on the line very recently on the show. What a nice fella. Let's say hello to 1/3 of Biffy Clyro, their drummer Ben Johnston.
Nova.
How are you?
I'm great. Happy to talk to you because me and a lot of other people are very, very excited about the fact that you're unplugging yourselves and coming here to a very intimate venue later this year.
We certainly are.
How did that come about?
Well, just basically, I think when MTV approach a band and asked them to do Unplugged, I don't think many people have said no. Certainly not our band, because we grew up just loving those Unplugged albums of Nirvana and Pearl Jam and bands like that, and we just jumped at the chance. So once we'd done that at the Right House, it only seemed natural to take the thing out on tour.
But it must be weird to strip back your songs because you're so loud and on stage you've such a presence. Not that you won't have a presence unplugged, but it must take a lot of work to go from being plugged in to not.
I guess so. Most of the songs or rather all the songs are written on kind of an amplified electric guitar, so it always starts in a quiet place, and the songs do tend to work quietly before we make them loud. So it's just a case of retracing our steps sometimes, and then we just think about how to rework it. Usually put it in a different key, and obviously the drums change a lot. And then we just try and give you a fragile version of our songs, and I think that a lot of our songs lend themselves to that. So we're lucky in that respect.
That is the special thing about going unplugged, because what I've seen of you from the Roundhouse gig in London last year, you kind of, I suppose, appreciate certainly the lyrics more when it's just a bit more intimate.
Yeah, I would say so. The lyrics definitely shine through more than some times. You don't have all the kind of lights and all the louder drums taking over. You definitely get to hear Simon's lovely lyrics.
Of course. And obviously an unplugged tour, as intimacy is a big factor in it, that lends itself to the venues you're choosing, because the Helix in Dublin is just, A, not somewhere we'd really consider for any sort of rock gig, but B, it's tiny. So you're anywhere you are in the venue, that's now sold out, by the way, you're going to be just right next to you guys.
Okay, that's good to hear. I've no idea. I've never been there myself, so I don't know how big it is.
Well, you've been here a few times.
I've been to Dublin lots of times, but not to the Helix. I can't really think, unless we played it years and years ago. But if we have, it's slipped my memory.
It's very fancy.
It's fancy, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy. Yeah.
No, but I've been looking forward to that. We do like kind of being out of comfort zone and getting out of the sweaty clubs or the the big kind of big arenas and playing in a what sounds like a pretty magical little place. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, look, it's very, very special. And do you think this will change your attitude when you go on to write more music, or is this just an unplugged gig and that's the end of it, and then you move back to being what you are?
Yeah, I don't think it'll impact on us going forward. I think it's just a moment in time, and a thing that we were just so honoured to be a part of.
One of the songs in the set list I'm very excited about. Of course, your songs are exciting, but this is a song that featured heavily in my wedding 6 years ago. Beach Boys, God Only Knows. How did that get in there?
It's funny you said that, because it featured very heavily in Simon's wedding.
Oh, really?
That was his first dance, actually, and he has the lyrics tattooed across his chest. So
oh, wow.
That song means the world to Simon, and it means a lot to us as well as a band. I guess Beach Boys are kind of almost what we aim to be as a band, in terms of they're writing really complex music, but when you listen to it, it sounds quite simple and straightforward. So, that band means a lot to us, and MTV always asks you to play a cover when you do these sort of things, and we tried out a couple other songs, and they were great, and we could have done them, it would have been fine, but Simon just came in one day and said, I think I've got it, boys, we're going to do this, and he was definitely right. It's the perfect choice. I think he nailed it on the night.
So you think what turned out to be Nirvana's Bowie hit will Beach Boys be a hit for you in years to come then?
Well, I think God Only Knows is possibly a slightly bigger song to begin with, but it's nice to think that if there's any way we could elevate that song furthermore, that we have done. Oh,
I bet you will. There's just no doubt about that. There are rumours, can you, confirm, of another studio album on the horizon for you guys? Is that true?
Actually, two. Because we are currently working on a movie soundtrack. And basically the movie soundtrack, the music comes first, and then the movie gets shot afterwards. So that's all really quite interesting and backwards.
Oh.
So we're currently doing that. We're kind of halfway through recording that album. And then as soon as that's on its way and we've toured unplugged stuff, then we'll be looking to try and get into a studio and work on album number 8. But I think that will probably be released next year as opposed to this year, just purely because of time running out, I think.
I was going to say, you're fairly busy then.
Yeah, it was meant to be a kind of year off. But, we've learned in the past that taking years off doesn't really help this band. So
Okay.
we just kind of played ahead.
I have to say, for a band that, on maybe at face value look, harsh rock, really aggressive rock, you really do, not just lyrically, and you're deep. You're quite deep and meaningful, aren't you?
Well, thanks very much.
Yeah.
I guess we try to be. We've always tried to keep our music emotional and sing about things that we care about, things that happen in our lives, and things that hopefully people can relate to. But it's generally always we always play music for us, and I think that comes across. I think people realise it is a genuine pursuit of ours, and we do love what we do. So
We can't wait to see you unplugged. I mean, we're honoured that you've started the tour in Dublin. I'm sure that's because it's your favourite city.
Of course, it is a favourite city in the world, isn't it?
And then just before you let you go, there's something I always think of when I hear your music. Is it weird for Simon? Is it weird for Simon Neil to be in a trio where 2 of the other people are twins?
Well, you'd have to ask him.
Because they say when you're in a band for years, you don't even need to speak to communicate anymore. But I mean, obviously being a twin, you probably have that already. So is poor old Simon in the cold, or is it all good? You all just tight?
No. I mean, Simon's definitely our brother, and I think we spent the thing of reading each other's minds. That definitely comes through just time spent with anyone. Obviously, James and I will always have this slightly psychic bond, but I think we have it with Simon too.
Oh, that's lovely. On that note, Ben Johnston, can't wait to see you guys. 15th September, long since sold out, but if you have a ticket, it's going to be amazing at the Helix. And looking forward to everything that's going to come down the line from you guys. Ben from Biffy Clyro, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Dee. Take care.